So to proceed on the vibe of earlier, where I just went aloof and started discussing how, for the first time, I actually have people around me that don't want me to leave from their environment, which is really something I never had before. There was a need for my existence in places which I kind of created through work or through just like emotional turbulence. But as of recent, man, uh, yes, as of recent, I've been feeling differently about things. Anyways, my goal is to create that difference, right? My goal is to actually engage with people in a way where the seed that I'm manifesting in the world kind of like is transferred to the people around me. And then step by step, they kind of like remember me with it and they bring it to life. And then if the stronger I get, the more people around me are actually engaging with my thought process and the things that I care for. So the effort gets split and split and split as whatever I'm working on grows and grows and grows. So philosophy that I'm actually trying to build my life on, that I am building my life on. Try not is not something that I do. I don't try. I attempt, but I don't try. And yeah, I distinguish the difference between attempting and trying at one point. So maybe we could actually like have this discussion one time live, all of us together, me and my 3 followers who don't even like and comment, but it's fine. Yeah, it's like I really should like video do a video of me reacting to new followers as literally the face that I get. But anyways, mm, part of this week's work when it comes to the consulting gig is finalizing the questionnaires, which I kind of like. I'm looking at the people and hesitation from people that are like that really don't want to make the decision to start work. They don't want to. Anyways, the second thing is like meet with designers. Yeah, so today I went and I sent all the emails to the. We did an advertisement for designers. They responded. I took the emails. I sent the emails for designers. I told them pick a day for us to schedule what's going on, and then from there we're gonna start engaging, and I'm gonna interview some, and we're gonna see how we can work with them. Some of them are actually like super intense. Some of them are just impressive, right? Like uh, we're in a country that doesn't really speak that much English, but like a few of them actually have like an online presence. The advertisement reached them, all the good stuff. So basically, from my perspective, it's very impressive to see people just actually doing more. That's something that's strong, like doing more than the basics. And so I picked on that, like on that essence. I took basically the bare minimum of the CVs that exist over there, and some CVs were just literally like Microsoft Word. Like, would you hire a designer who just gave you a Microsoft Word CV? I don't think anyone should. 'Cause you're a designer, and at the very least, you should kind of like show me what you've like show me your design and how you present and brand yourself. So that was like one thing I was targeting. Another thing I was targeting was the people that actually sent us a portfolio somewhere. And I think Behance is, yeah, I think Behance is the website they use over there. Just find, just find like any website that actually allows me to go find you and maybe hire you online means you're taking your job seriously in something like this. So that was a plus. And a few of them actually had like a decent CV design that completely doesn't look like it's Canva first page. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Canva, but Canva is kind of like a basic design website slash toolkit that allows people to just do stuff. Like you attach colors and you build stuff, and there are templates of stuff. It's definitely a beautiful software to work with, and it's definitely something that needs to be like part of any major corporation or either Canva or like something like Canva. But like, and it's actually super cool. But there's the first page templates, and then there's basically the creative page templates. It's still a good thing to actually build a CV on Canva when all the other CVs are Microsoft Word. But also, like, you kind of have to like, if the more you give it some thought, the more you show of yourself, the more you kind of like show what you're trying to do and all the good stuff. So I did that. And then I sent the email, be like, hey guys, all right, you're the guys that were chosen. I didn't tell them that, but I was like, hey guys, okay, this is my calendar on Calendly. Pick a day, let's go and meet, let's set this up. Fuck yeah, we're gonna sit and talk. And then I was like, if I was to have a conversation with them, what do I want from them? Because from the conversation that we're having, what exactly do I want from them? And the first thing, the three things I want from the interviewee. One is I want them to understand that it's not just I want a design. Like I want to see if I can work with you towards the future. Because in my head, I have three things that I want to work on. I want to work on the company brand image slash design campaigns and all that shit. I also want to work on some form of like overall marketing slash branding approach. I don't want to say branding. The correct word is like a full blown research towards the culture over there and understanding of how the culture works. And the goal for that is to be able to have a company existing over there that works with other companies for marketing and all that good stuff. And so, secondly, I want to see if the people that I'm going to be working with are willing to commit their time. Because if I'm getting somebody that's charging me, for example, like $10 a pop for like a design, for example, I would rather hire them for like 4 hours a fucking day, and then they could charge $10 a pop for design for other people. But at the very least, like I could actually get like a decent, instead of getting 20, like 25 designs a month for like the price of $400, I'd get the individual for a price of $400 part time. Sorry, man. The minimum wage over there is 250, so we're good. But the goal is for me to part time get somebody that does a bit more than just that, and to be able to like engage with them on different things, so that if we actually evolve into anywhere, when we evolve, sorry, anywhere, then I have somebody that I've built a relationship with that I can engage with. But there's a third thing that I'm looking for, and I still don't know. And it's empty for some fucking reason. I don't know what it is. But the first one is time commitment, long term, and basically commitment, work. And number two is basically when the time commitment means it's relationship based building. Like it's not me just hiring you for the sake of finish this and buy. Now we're good. I want to actually build a relationship where I can engage with you in the future. I can rely on you. And there's a third thing which I think is going to be like the most important. Again, three is like two splits are split in half, which means 50%, 50%. You're always going to be biased towards one of them. Whilst three, you'll actually have 33.33%, 33.33%, 33.33%, which means to sway in any direction, you kind of need two things to go right for one to be able to be like, okay. Well, in the other one, if you just point at one, the other one goes down instantly. Why? Because like you're going to be biased. But with three, you kind of have to justify to the other two why this one's taking priority. So the thought process behind the number three, especially when it comes to these things, is always like allow yourself an extra thing to consider before you make a move, or else you're always going to be like balancing equally between one thing or another. I don't think that's something that allows for you to kind of like it's not. I really think we always need a bit more options, but there's such a thing as like too little options and too many options. So like number three works. Number five would be perfect, but that requires a lot of squeezing of the actual mind to get there. Now maybe I can get to number five later on. But then I started thinking about my pitch. How am I going to pitch them this, and what exactly are going to be my questions? And here, basically, for interview with designers. So, question one would be, what got you into design? I don't know. Uh, I want to understand, like, okay, so if somebody starts talking to me about code, I'll probably just describe how the concept of programming is the thing that got to me. It has nothing to do with really the code. The code is just the language used to express the logic that we're trying to impose on, like, on the screens that our eyes. I can explain it better if that's actually the thing that I'm trying to do. But like, I would go a different route. So I'd imagine if I were to look at somebody that's kind of like passionate about like design, or just like somebody that's not going to give me a hard time, it's going to find it easier for them to engage with. There has to be like some sort of a question as an art form. Art form. Yeah, so like, the difference between logo versus branding, for example. What's the difference between logo and branding? And I want to see if people are able to like explain that to me. It's the people that don't know how to explain that to me, because if I tell them this is what we're trying to do, they're just going to like design whatever they know. They're not going to explore anything in the future. And what would be other questions? Because I'm trying to get to meet people and I want them to speak about why they actually picked the job, other than the fact that they want the money. Dreams, ambitions, concepts, thought processes, dreams, ambitions, concepts, thought processes for day looks like. What does the day look like? I guess that's a good thing to actually think about. Because if somebody like actually explains their day in a more, yeah, the people that kind of like build a routine up for themselves, or like go like, kind of structure a solid day in order for them to kind of have like that mental fortitude to go through it and like to finish the things they want to do. That's something positive. I mean, like, that's something I've been trying to do for the past year. I've been doing for the past year and figuring out how best to do it that suits me. But like, I just came from my walk, and at one point I was walking up early and like doing it every day. Right now it seems like I'm a bit off, but it's fine. Like, it's funny. It's just like it's waves, right? There are waves when you're like completely on point, and there are waves when you kind of like flow back into something. And so, what would the day look like in five if they were to work with me? They were to work with me. With me. How would they actually schedule my existence? All right, so one thing that's very important, like, all of them are in the area over there. I'm going to assume that they speak the Kurdish language. A lot of them say good Arabic, not great, because like they're, even though Iraq is an Arabic country, but like their region over there is Kurdish, which is my goal. I want to start from that culture. And then Arabic, as in the Arabic they speak, I speak Arabic and I speak English. It's more important for them to speak English than it is to speak Arabic, because the entirety of anything that we're going to be doing is going to be done in English. So the whole interview is probably going to be conducted in English in order for us to kind of like see how things work out. And then from there, I have to be able to like, because they could probably speak English, they're just not used to the complexity of how I speak English. So I don't think it'll be fair from me in order for me to kind of like throw this on them. But we also have to see if they're willing to kind of like test something out between me and them, and for them to take something and like, I don't know. I really think these are enough for the interview, for the actual like interview, for the questions, mainly because we're at 15 minutes now. But what do you think of this thought process? I really think, like, I wanted to think about this. I wanted to kind of sit and be, all right, if I'm going to actually like interview people, let me think of what the fuck I want to get out of it, and what the fuck do I want them to get out of it. Any feedback would be amazing. Thank you.